How we doing, class? What is up? Sorry, you see the background here. I'm currently at the airport getting ready for a flight to Madrid, actually. But I wanted to kind of go over what I want you guys to be prepared and learning about and thinking about as we get ready for our next class together. And so let me just pull this up here. Let me get back here. Okay, class, today, I apologize too. For some reason, when I open up the big screen like this, I get your screen, it stops sharing, and it says your screen sharing is paused. But then when I minimize it, it says you're sharing your screen. So I believe you guys can see my screen here now. If that is correct, great. So we're gonna get started. So today, I want to just kind of get into a little bit of sedentary living complications, active or sedentary lifestyles, get you guys thinking about it, prepared for what we're going to be doing in class next time we meet. Here on the bottom left, we have an individual probably who lives somewhat of an active lifestyle. You see him exercising, doing a little, some deadlifts, maybe a snatch here. Probably pretty active, or at least trying to transition from, being less sedentary to being more active. And then here on the right, we have our typical couch potato, who is the epitome of what sedentary living is. Sits around, doesn't move their body around, doesn't get their heart rate up, scrolls endlessly, social media, Netflix, watching TV, whatever it may be, not moving around too much. So let's get into it. Today's topics of review, we're going to go over one, the pros and cons of healthy living. What is what is healthy living? What is good? What is, what is hard about it? We're getting into a little bit of what does healthy living look like. I'm going to share with you guys a great video by Dr. Mike Evans. I watched this video, you guys. I loved it. And I hope you guys really do too. Just the interactions and what he kind of talks about is just really great. And then how can we track our healthy living in this class with it being physical education and with everything that's out now with technology that we can use and stuff like that. It is easier than ever to track our health. And this is not health like, how fast can you run a, mile? How many push-ups can you do? There is so much more to your guys' health and mental well-being and physical well-being, nutrition, fitness, activity, how much sleep you're getting. All that stuff is really, really important. And so we're going to kind of go through some of that stuff together today and then get ready for class when we meet. So what is physical activity and sedentary behavior? Physical activity is the movement of the body that is produced by skeletal muscles that require energy expenditure from the body. This, whatever I'm doing right now, moving my body, physical activity. I'm making my body, I'm looking like I'm dancing, do these moves. That's physical activity. You see this lady here running a marathon. Side note, we just had the rock and roll marathon in San Diego. Had a couple buddies of mine who ran it. So awesome to see that. And I was really glad I was there. But yeah, we have some lady running here. Great example. Running is physical activity. Obviously, you're doing, anybody who runs knows it's not fun, but it's great for you and it's really good for your body. Then we go into some sedentary living. Involves activities requiring little to no movement or energy to complete. Example A. Just endlessly scrolling. And don't get me wrong, I do it too. I'm not the perfect, most physical person. I sit and sometimes catch myself being sedentary, and that is not a knock to any of you guys. It is just to make you aware what sedentary is and how we can maybe incorporate a little bit more physical activity into our lives to truly just make our overall well-being a little better. So here's a short video. Enjoy it. Maybe jot down some notes, or at least bring some ideas to classes. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Evans. Usually I'm talking about the science behind best health, but today I want to start a movement called Let's Make Our Day Harder. I know that sounds counterintuitive. In fact, usually I'm asking, how can I make it easier to do the right thing? But let me explain. A recent review in JAMA Internal Medicine compared the health of baby boomers to previous generations. It showed what you might expect. Medical advances have led to longer life expectancies. But it also shows something else. US baby boomers have more chronic disease, more obesity, and lower self-rated health than members of the previous generation at the same age, even though we smoke less and work out more than the Mad Men generation. So what's the difference? Well, I think for a variety of reasons that include technology, culture, and attitudes, we have a severe generational case of sitting disease. We watch phones, tablets, and TVs. We stare at computers while we work and pride ourselves in not moving for 4 hours straight. We don't walk to a friend's house or a coworker's office. We text them. I text my kids in my own house. Don't get me wrong, I love technology. There's lots of good to be had, but I also think we need to be mindful that as technology becomes more ubiquitous, it can loot the medicine chest of our single best treatment for good health, being active, moving. We shop on the internet instead of walking to the store. We have vacuums that automatically circulate so we don't have to, electric toothbrushes so we don't have to move our hands up and down. With a push of a button, we can manipulate the TV, the music, the temperature. We might even choose our house based on these conveniences. They're on the size of the TV room or garage, not walkability. Living further away gets you a bigger house, but it can also mean another half hour a day of sitting in your car. To compare ourselves to the recent low-tech, simpler past, let's look at the Amish. The average Amish dude walks 18,000 steps a day. The average Amish woman, 15,000. American men walk 7,200 steps a day and women 5,200. In Canada, we're a bit better, and I actually find these numbers a bit high, but 2009 data show 9,500 steps per day for men and 8,400 for women. Unfortunately, this drops by about 1,500 steps a day once we hit 60. I think it's time to change our prevailing attitude. Maybe easier isn't really better after all. So how's about you and I start a movement? An anti-pushing the button so the door opens automatically for us movement. I'm not talking about extra stuff like going to the gym or running. If you do that, it's great. I'm talking about the health goal of our daily habits, what I call tweak the week. It's about looking at your week and seeing where you can make it harder by taking the stairs or riding your bike or getting off a stop early on your daily commute. Have a walking meeting instead of sitting in a conference room. I had a 90-year-old patient tell me the other day that he gets off 2 floors above his floor. When I asked him why, he said, well, can't go up the stairs too well anymore, but I can still go down. Can you flip technology and use your phone or other wearable to monitor and remind you to move or stand more? How about going for a walk at lunch instead of just going somewhere else to sit? Can you reframe buying a push mower or a rake or a snow shovel as an opportunity? Instead of driving around the parking lot for 10 minutes trying to find that spot that's 10 feet closer, you just park farther away in that spot reserved for people who want to live longer and have a higher quality of life. Let's rethink this a bit. Let's you and I and our loved ones and our coworkers and our friends, let's all mix in a little low tech into our high tech. Let's do something that's totally in our control. Let's make our day harder.
Yeah, really good video. Kind of powerful too when you think about it. My two favorite takeaways from that video, the one where he talks about his 90-year-old patient who says, I can't walk up the stairs, but I'll get off above them because I can walk down. And then the analogy with the parking lot and parking farther away. And yeah, really good stuff. But yeah, I mean, in short, it's a video that talks about this rise of, sedentary living and how easy it is. I mean, all of us, it's so easy to just catch ourselves being sedentary on our phones all the time, not moving our bodies, not getting out, exercising, walking, riding a bike. But these are all great ways that we can become more aware and realize like, oh, dude, if I do that, I can, become a little bit more active. So what does healthy living look like? One, an active, healthy lifestyle involves engaging in regular physical activities such as cardiovascular exercise, strength training, flexibility, and exercise to maintain a strong and fit body. When I was your guys' age, I used to drive to school with my parents, and I told my mom, I want to start riding my bike with my 3 best friends. We used to ride our bikes. It was the best times of our life. And that, I look back, is like, oh, that's an easy way to, live a more active lifestyle. Obviously, for some, riding a bike to school isn't feasible, but it's an idea. Number 2, making mindful choices about our nutrition, consuming a well-balanced diet consisting of whole grains, lean proteins, fruits, veggies, and staying hydrated. Now, a lot of times when we think of health and fitness and, physical education, it's all about, okay, how fit are you? And, your health is determined on, how fast you are and how many push-ups you can do and how high you can jump. But in reality, there's so much more to your guys' fitness. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. This is our first time kind of getting into the nutrition side of things, how much sleep you're getting a day. All that stuff is really, really important to our health and well-being and living a very, healthy lifestyle that will allow us to increase, as Dr. Mike Evans says, increase our quality of life down the road. So number 3, minimizing sedentary behaviors and finding opportunities throughout the day to stay active, such as opting for active transportation, foreshadowed with the story of riding the bike, and participating in recreational activities that promote moving our bodies. So how can we track this? Thanks to technology, truly our health has never been more trackable. And so first we're going to talk about tracking our workouts. We're super grateful to be able to have some technology, I'll be able to bring to class that will allow us to track our workouts during our class. As you see, the watch, I got my watch here. Oops, getting a call. Mom's calling me, sorry. Getting a call or tracking our workouts here. You can see how many calories you burned, how long you've been working out, how fast you are, your heart rate, all that stuff. Really, really great. That's one way. The next way is kind of getting into some of the one of the assignments we're going to be getting into class when we get back together here pretty soon, is using apps to aid in our health. And so, like I said earlier, it's not just about your physical fitness, but we're going to be doing a little bit of work with our nutrition and stuff. And so we'll kind of get into that in a little bit. But apps such as MyFitnessPal and macro factors, stuff like that. We'll get into that a little bit. But all these apps are great, free apps that allow you to kind of easily track your fitness and your health and your well-being. And then 3, being mindful of how we are living on a daily basis, making these choices. Remember, I'm not saying delete TikTok, delete social media, do all this stuff. Like I said, I'm in the same boat as you guys. I have all these social medias. I'm sometimes just want to sit and watch a movie, but making mindful choices. The whole idea of this lesson is to make you guys more aware and understanding of oh, okay, there's this idea of an active lifestyle and a sedentary lifestyle. And I want to try to get you guys to understand that living this active lifestyle, the rewards that you will reap down the road are far, far greater than anything you could ever expect. And so I really hope that you guys begin to understand that and learn that, and you can get to that point. So before next class, I want you guys to do one thing. Come to class with the app MyFitnessPal, download on your smartphone, tablet, or computer. I'm going to show you guys mine real quick. If you look here, I have my shout out Kobe Bryant. I have my MyFitnessPal app here. Okay, that blue app with the guy with the little lady jumping. I want you guys to download that either on your phones, tablets, or computers. If you can download it at home on your computer, maybe take a picture of it so you have proof to just show me in class. You have it. That way I can start explaining some things to you guys about what we're going to do with the app, tracking some of the nutritional sides of things. And yeah, so that is the next task I want you guys to do. Come prepared. Peace, love, positivity. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys, and have a great day. We'll see you.